Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. This is Terrifying Tuesday on our channel where we talk about all things horror. And today I have to give you our non-spoiler review of Imaginary and then kind of tell you what I thought of the movie. It is going to be non-spoiler though, so keep it non-spoiler in the comments below as well. That being said, let's jump right into it. All right, so talking about the plot of Imaginary. Plot's fairly simple, and it's nothing completely original. This lady named Jessica is a children's author. She's married to this guy who's in a band named Max. He has two kids, Alice and Taylor. Basically, the older daughter is the cliche angry kid, doesn't necessarily like her mom at all, her new stepmom, because she is the stepmom in this situation and she doesn't like her at all. And then you have the youngest daughter whose performance is great. And without her, this movie doesn't succeed because she outshines everybody in the movie. The plot runs like this. They move into this new house, which is actually Jessica's old house. And when they move into this house, she suddenly finds herself in this odd place because she has memories of this place, but not too many. And the daughter, the youngest daughter, finds this stuffed bear. A stuffed bear that she immediately asks, "What's your name?" And the stuffed bear replies to her, "Chauncey." Well, this is her new imaginary friend, Chauncey. And Chauncey in himself is kind of this little menacing bear. He's cute looking, he's sweet, but he also can be menacing at the drop of a hat. That's the parts of this movie that work. And I've seen a lot of reviews that talk about what doesn't make this movie work. The editing isn't very great. The acting isn't incredible. But that's not what you're looking at for this movie. If you're going to see this movie, I want you to keep in mind that this movie is sort of the start of a potential new franchise. That's all this movie really needs to be, is the potential start of a new franchise. Now, here's the thing. If you take Nightmare on Elm Street, you take Drop Dead Fred, and a little bit of Child's Play, you kind of have this movie. And that means it's not incredibly original. That means that the movie has things you've seen before all the way through it. There's nothing new to watch in this movie. So why see it? Well, it's not that it's the best movie you're ever going to see, but it does set up what I think is a potentially nice element for a potential franchise. We can see several different imaginary friends going and being the menacing figure throughout the franchise. It doesn't have to be Chauncey. And I will say this, some of the scenes in the movie are kind of scary, but this is a PG-13 movie, so you do have to know that it is so toned down. This movie doesn't have the gore and guts and jump scares galore that you might want as a horror movie fan. There is some mild drug references in the movie. There's a little bit of adult themes with the little potential that, this girl could hurt herself. There's that type of thing going on in the movie, but overall, it's nothing that you as an adult haven't already seen on screen either, and that's probably the saddest part. Now, the movie actually tries its best to be a really fun little movie, and there are a lot of times when I think it succeeds. Oh, and I should mention this. I should say this also. The movie also has a little bit of Coraline in it. So that's another thing about this movie. It's just a hodgepodge of different things, but it all comes from this nice place. It all comes from a place of your imagination. And if you're looking at it that way and only looking at it that way, you might find some enjoyment in this film. It's got a few mild, scary moments. It doesn't deliver on everything that it promises, but it does present us with a world that might be fun to go back to. And that is the thing that's going to work for this movie. That's the only thing that's going to work for this movie. So if you want to have maybe lighthearted fluffiness that doesn't really provide you with a whole lot of scares, I'm not saying that it's not scary at all. It does have a few scares, and maybe some of these scares are enough to scare you, maybe not. But overall, the movie doesn't really have the scare level that it could, that it possibly should. So I'm not going to say that this movie is worth your time. I'm kind of going to leave it for you guys to decide whether or not you think this movie is worth your time, but I do encourage you to see it. It does have an interesting concept overall, combining all of those movies that it sort of takes and borrows from, does present something that's a bit odd to watch. And if for nothing else, I found the movie enjoyable. I can't honestly say that I would give this movie any more than 2 stars. It's not the best by far. It really isn't. But it's because I have the hope for that potential. It's because I think that having the imaginary friends as a potential bad guy in a movie is something that would be a lot of fun. It's only for that reason that I give this movie the 2 stars that I give it. I think that you could do a lot worse, but believe me, you could do a whole lot better than this movie. And I kind of just wanted to give out this review and tell you a little bit positive about it. And I mean, while I'm not able to give you a lot of positivity about this movie, telling you that it does have a nice setup, telling you that it does provide this element of a cool world that we could possibly visit in the future, that is something that's worthwhile to me as a movie fan. I know that you don't have to enjoy every single movie, but being able to go into a movie, look and find something new, find a new possibility, and them to make us a franchise based around this film, where the second film could be a billion times better because now the world has been set up. That's something that I always look forward to in a film. But I want to know what you guys think. If you saw this film, what did you think of it? Did you enjoy it? Did you think it was the dumbest film you've ever seen? What are your personal thoughts on it? As always, we want to hear what you guys think. Make sure you leave us that comment in the comment box below, letting us know what you think. Make sure you share this video with all of your friends. They're going to want to be part of the conversation as well. Don't forget to hit that like button. It's free. It helps the channel. We appreciate it. Miko says we need more subscribers. You don't want to disappoint Miko, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell while you're down there so you don't miss a single video we do. Then, friends, at the end of the day, I know it, you know it, and Miko knows it. Fandom is family.